Print on demand offered a lot of new hope. It looked like that, you know. I'm already in the company, something like 4 years or so, 4 or 5 years. So with this offer to go paperback, I said, what the hell? Print on demand, not paperback. Paperback later on. Print on demand is you print when you make an order. So I went along with it, but you know, not knowing it will backfire on me. But you don't know that up front. So, but you take the chance because you're already in a company X amount of years. So I went along with it, with whatever, because it looked all right, not knowing that, you know, I was stepping into the mud. I originally took book into Boston Library, books into Connecticut Library, books in Manhattan Library. I sent books to Trinidad. Whilst I live in Massachusetts, because I am a Massachusetts citizen, I got my citizenship in Massachusetts when I lived in Westfield. So I drove over to the library. I took there was like people waiting there for this book. A certain man, I saw he was searching my faces as I walked in the door. And I just thought to myself, he's going to be taking that book. And I don't know what happened. And the same reaction happened in Connecticut. I do not wish to offend anybody, meaning I do not wish to offend Barnes& and Noble, Ingram, Yahoo, Amazon, or any one of these people. I am just stating what I see in front of me. What is. Anything that I say about this company is, what was presented to me. But I'm not attacking them personally because I had no dealing or no initial dealing with them. It is that Order House presented them to me after my book was already in, 5 years after my book was in. So that become a problem. I want to make it clear, I'm not attacking these firms, is what was presented to me. I do not know if or the house was piggybacking off these people. I don't know. I don't care to know. I'm just stating what happened. And if it seems that I am offending them, I apologize for that. The people at fault here clearly is Order House and the Attorney General Office. And however they feel about it, it's all right with me. I showed this before, and I just want to say that this was, as I said, the web page that First Book gave to me in 1999, because I started with them in 98, late 98. So 1999, I got this as a web page. I just want to make it clear that this on this web page had my name, First Book name, and squatted the name of the book. There's no Barnes and Nobles, no other publishing house, nothing else on this. Just the three of us. Now, as the years pass and the minute that I asked for quarterly report in 2005, that's when I got pushed in my face with Barnes and Nobles and all the other ridiculous things that start popping up. And I also want to make it clear that Order House never told me they were going to do the ISBN number. After I paid the money, the ISBN number just showed up in 2002. No disrespect whatsoever to the companies mentioned here. I have no disrespect to Barnes and Noble or Ingram House or any one of them mentioned here. Now, Order House started sending out these maintenance fee and claimed that they have Ingram and Amazon and so forth, that I have to pay the cost of this fee to carry out the beneficial. Remember, I am standing on an ebook contract. They got my manuscript, first book. These things, from this time I started asking for quarterly report, they started showing up in 2005, and I paid into them a couple times, and after that I said, bullshit. They never was there. Why come along for the ride now? Due respect to these companies that are here, but they're nowhere on my contract, nowhere on any agreement. I have no right to be paying into them. That's the bottom line. That's the way I feel about this situation. The red light inside of the house that they put inside of there, that's bullshit. I have no respect for that shit. You understand? Because that red light represents thieving. Simple as that. I don't owe them no maintenance fee. What they do, they owe me to give me back my damn money. One thing I hope to get out of making this video is I hope that no Caribbean person, because I'm from the Caribbean, I'm hoping that, because I don't know if the targeting at this sort of bookkeeping is targeted at Caribbean people. So I'm saying I hope that no Caribbean person fall into this kind of trap of putting your money out there and you don't know. So be careful, because there's a lot more opportunity today for writers than before. As the years roll on, the Puritans have to get lost, and the writers will have better opportunities and more opportunities. So my hope in making this video is that no more Caribbean people fall into the trap, because to a lot of people, we are the little people down there that they could walk on. So I will be grateful if doing this could help anybody from my region. There's nowhere in my contract or agreement starting from 1998, nowhere mentioning Ingram or Barnes and Nobles that I have to pay that maintenance. It clearly stated that I don't have to put into maintenance until I get the money I put in to publish this book, ebook, and the paperback. So what they are saying here, for me, these names show up after in 2004 and 2005, Ingram for maintenance and all these sorts of different people they're sending me this maintenance bill that I have to owe to them for. So this is where I believe this is the voodoo economical part of it, because I really, plain and simple, I don't get it. Their name is nowhere on agreement or contract. So how all of a sudden I have to pay into them for that? Plus it is clearly stated not until I get my money that was paid up front, back in front, 100% out of 300, then that I could proceed to do that. So these are the little things I want to remember for their rebuttal that they say they had a rebuttal. This is a letter. This is a letter that came to me in 2001 when I moved to Massachusetts. I just had my green card. I just received my green card when I moved there. And it's the first time I'm going to get legal work. So I'm not paying too much attention to this letter, actually. They have a new name and they're offering new renewed promises. But the reason for changing their name is not an arbitrary change. Now, to me, that word interests me now, these days, presently, in 2018, because if it was not arbitrary, why mention it at all, So I don't know about this company. Well, I said this book is a slave because there's voluntary slaves and there's capture slave. I went Vanity Press, so that's a voluntary slave. But the slavery, anyhow you take it, anyhow you look at it, because it's working, they're working the book and they're not making any returns to me. All I got is 60 cents. Okay, I called Order House, and I say Order House has become a monster. And yes, to me, Order House has become a monster. Because I believe when you serve in the public, you should put your your best foot forward. And if you, especially in the Americas, and when you serve it internationally, because you say you're worldwide, so you should be international. What I find Order House is doing, and how I come to realize that they are monsters. Because in the old days when I went to school, they didn't have sophisticated names for subject. It's comprehension and social study and stuff like that we call. And for me, I comprehend what they're doing to be monstrous, because they're breaking up unity in the Americas. They're classifying people. They're calling it voodoo economics. And they're not very good business people. They kind of tell you where your money is. And if you look at them clearly, they're stereotyping. So to me, I look at them as the big white hope of destruction in America, because you have to keep people together. So you scrub my, you know that they scrub my, actually you have a lead if you write in and say that I have a book called Rocket ebook. And so you have some kind of idea what this special interest is about, obviously, as you will join into that category. So yes, they are the great white hope of destruction in America, because you have to keep the borders around America nice and clean. We have to unite. You cannot classify us Caribbean people like voodoo economics. It is wrong, and take advantage of a situation. I've been made homeless. I've been made squeezed out of job, forced to live on SSI. Okay? So then you must be always looking down my throat or riding my back. You put easy riders on it. What are you? You are the great white hope of destruction. You are nastying up the borders. You're nastying up unity in the Americas between the Caribbean people and your country. This is what you are. You are the great white hope of destruction in America. In my agreement with the ebook in '98, there was never mention or any agreement about ISBN number. And also when I did the print on demand, there was no mention with the agreement in it. It only showed up 6 months later. And I might not have be griping about it if he had not put fiction on it. You know, he's so bombastic, or whoever did it. You know, they expect so much from authors. They expect so much. This is a life of work, dedication, getting up every day, and you're going out there and you're going after what you believe in, you know, and to go full ahead. Publishers better start thinking, because you know it's not going to be always an easy rider. We're not always going to be easy riders. What are the house doing here with the 60 cent Samsung that they are singing? I believe in my mind they really expect me to be scared of that. Like, you know, I must be a criminal, I must be stupid, and I must run and say, oh, the IRS is looking for me for 60 cents. What tax do I pay on that? The IRS. I'm supposed to be scared now because I'm an immigrant. It's the IRS, and submit to them, you know, and fall under them. And I say bullshit, because I don't owe you a damn thing. Some people call it voodoo economy. I call it slavery and criminology. So please do not buy my book. Please. I don't care about, you know, you could call me whatever you want, but don't buy my book.